Welcome back. Finally on course again, playing the stunning Kooindah Waters on the New South Wales Central Coast. This is a difficult course, water in play on most holes, lots of bunkers and trouble up both sides of the fairways, but it's a great chance to just get out there and see where my game's at. The first hole is this long par 5. I've hit a great tee shot coming out of the car, and from there I've found the rough up by the green. Just trying to keep the club face square at impact here, get the round underway. The opening chip left me this breaker. Not to be, but you're always going to be happy with a par on the first. And that brings us on to the second hole, which is par 3 all over water. Not especially long, so I've gone with a 9-iron trying to play for the centre of the green, but already starting to see how rusty my game is. That's a bit of a slappy push. Go. Solid enough chip. That's going to give me a makeable look at par. Not to be though. First drop shot of the day. I've played Kooindah before and I know how hard the third hole is. There's no space for driver, so I'm hitting 3-wood, trying to carry the first tree and avoid the bunker, which I've done really nicely. This leaves me an 8-iron, should be comfortable, but again, not a good strike after being away from the game for a while, and this one's come up short. From here, using my trusty 54-degree wedge, trying to land it just on the front and get it in close. Really happy with that chip, almost went in. Just left myself this downhiller, looks like there's a fraction of right to left. Stayed straight though, and again, dropping a shot, 2 in a row now. The fourth's a mid-length par 3, bunkers all around it, so I've gone with a 7-iron, really not trying to do anything here, but I've not hit it well, so it's gone right and found the bunker. From here I'm really trying to get my weight on the front foot and hit through the ball, trying to get that ball all the way back to the pin. Done that quite nicely, run through a little bit though, and this isn't so much of a makeable putt for par. Five's a par 5, out of bounds all the way up the left and some bunkers up there, around driving distance. I've hit this one well though, and I've got it out there into a good position, carried all of the traps. From here looking for the green, very makeable.
Oh, that is terrible.
But not so much when you hit it like that. Still, found a decent spot on the right. This should be a straightforward chip with lots of green to work with, but it's just popped up, so it stayed above a ridge that I was aiming for in the middle of the green, and left a long putt. Not feeling great with the putts at this point, and this one was definitely too pacey.
That was a lot too fast.
Dreaded 3-putt, and on a hole I should have been looking to birdie. So that leaves me 4 over through the first 5 holes. I'm feeling shaky on the greens. This is a solid 8-iron though, straight at the pin, so hopefully trying to get a bit of confidence, trying not to panic about the score. As I said, not been playing much recently, so it's about seeing where my game is at. You never like to be dropping shots though. Happy to walk off here with a par, and hoping to try and get the round going, moving on to a fairly straightforward par 4. This drive is really just about missing those bunkers on the right in the fairway, and I've done that, put myself in good position. This though, not a particularly good wedge. Sneak past the bunkers and found the green. There's quite a big ridge here, so this is going downhill a lot, and although I thought I'd hit it pretty soft, it's still just run past a little bit too far, leaving me this for par. Another 3-putt, and now it's starting to hurt. 8's a fairly long par 5, trying to avoid the bunkers here, but again, hit a good drive here, carried them, and got it into the perfect spot. Not feeling confident enough to go for this green over water, so this is just a layup. I've not hit it great, but it's in play. This leaves me a fairly solid wedge, trying to get it all the way back to the pin, but landed it and spun it back quite a long way, So this is a long uphill putt with quite a lot of left to right turn in it, and it's just taken that break and gone further away than I would have liked. Really don't want the 3-putt.
Let's go.
9 for me is one of the hardest holes on the course. Very narrow, bunkers on the left, out of bounds and trouble on the right. With my fade, it doesn't really suit me, but this one was good. Managed to get that into play, leave myself a good look to carry this water and go for the pin. This 9-iron straight at the pin, which is tucked on the right. Good strike, and it's spun in there nice and close, leaving me a good look for birdie. This would be a good end to the front 9. Would have been a good end to the front 9, not to be, so I'm 5 over, going on to the 10th. This is another par 5, and although this is cut, it's just carried that bunker, just stayed in play. From here, purely trying to punch this 6-iron into play, looking to leave myself about 100 yards to the pin and trying to play from the fairway, which I've done pretty nicely. Got that into position to hit my gap wedge straight at the pin. Little short of the pin and just spun back a little bit, so I've left myself a fairly long look at birdie. Really though, just trying to lag this one up there. Bit of right to left turn late on. Happy to get that up there, par and move on. 11's another well designed hole, bunkers up there in play, so feels like you need to go 3-wood for position.
That's going to work a lot better than it was.
Didn't hit the tee shot perfect, but found the perfect place, so that's left me a 9-iron. But again, not hitting the irons too crisply after not been playing much, and pulled that one left, leaving a really long downhill putt. Definitely not the ideal place.
That's tricky, isn't it? Going that hill. Very close. Yeah. Started accelerating.
And definitely not the ideal pace. So again, I'm in 3-putt territory.
Oh, I was on line as well. Worried more about the line.
So I wasn't expecting to be scoring well, and I'm 6 over through 11. This is an interesting par 3 water all the way left and all the way over the back of the green. So really very much trying to just play for the middle of the green. Hit it fairly solid and done that.
Got a turn. Maybe it doesn't.
Routine par, and we can move on to the 13th, which is a difficult one. Water left, bunkers right, very narrow. I'm hitting my driver well though, I've got a good feeling with that, and I've piped this one, so I've put it into perfect position. I've gone pitching wedge here, the pin's right at the back, and I'm knowing that it's going to spin, I'm gone aggressive, trying to just get it in there close, which I've done nicely, and given myself a good look at birdie. Staying 6 over, the 14th is a very short par 4, but there's really nowhere to miss it, so I've gone 4-iron for position, trying to stay out of the trouble and just using my shot scope products today, mixing between the X5 watch and the Pro L2 laser for distances. Solid 9-iron into the green, and I've given myself another look at birdie. Not close enough to be a gimme, but it's a good chance still. Really not making much progress on the greens today. 4 holes left and 15 to a long par 5. I've gone 5-wood off the tee. There's not a lot of places you can miss this. It's very narrow with bunkers that are difficult to carry. So I've played it well. And again, another 5-wood. Can't get anywhere near the green, so I'm trying to lay up to a distance I like. I've hit that well, just past the fairway bunkers, to leave myself a makeable pitching wedge. Again, trying to get it all the way back to the pin because I know it's going to stop. This one, uphill, right to left, on line, for birdie. Not to be. Staying 6 over, going on to 16. This is a fairly gettable par 4, but I've just tugged this one up the left, and from where it lands, having to take a penalty shot. This leaves me a gap wedge into the green, and my playing partners told me this landed up near the pin but spun miles back, so it's left me a long putt to try and save par. Not to be, I'm going to drop a shot. Now we move on to our fun par 3. Nice and short, all water carry to this island green. Just hitting pitching wedge, trying to carry this one just over the pin and try and get it in close. Solid, not spectacular. Birdie putt, little bit downhill, little bit right to left. It went close, but we're going to be 7 over, going on to 18. 18's a tough finishing hole, long, water left, all the way around the left and cuts across the middle of the fairway. This drive is really about position. Keep it away from the pond, avoid the bunkers, and from a hanging lie, go at the pin with a 6-iron. I know it's going to turn right to left off that lie, and that was a good one. Leaves myself one last look at birdie, see if I can get back to 6 over. Happy to take that one. 6 over after not playing much recently is pretty solid. Was really good off the tee. I can tell my work's to do on the greens.